Well, here I am on my project car. This is a 1966 Chrysler 300, and this is a 383 with a Carter AFB 4-barrel on it. I've done a lot of work to this so far. There's a lot of trial and error. They don't really make a lot of aftermarket parts for this type of car. Starting to get more now, but still the aftermarket part world isn't the best. You probably have better luck getting parts for a A or B body, but C bodies are still kind of far and few between. Right now I'm working on I just put in my new radiator, or rebuilt factory radiator, and I'm working on the transmission cooling lines, and they're not lining up. They're aftermarket. Didn't want to use the originals, but these transmission cooling lines doesn't matter how much you try to bend them, and they're just not right. They're not bent in the right places, and they're hitting the motor where they shouldn't hit. I can make them work, but I think they're going to be a problem down the road. You'll probably hear them rattling, hitting stuff that they shouldn't be hitting. Worst case scenario, they chafe, and then you rub a hole through it and lose all your transmission fluid. So I might just have to scrap those. I think maybe they used another car for a pattern, maybe like a Newport. I'm just guessing, and those cars maybe are just a little bit different. And, some of you are probably going to say, well, can you modify those? No, there's not enough room to modify them. Just not enough material to work with to modify it. So I'm just going to clean up these old ones really good. Of course, I have to do some bending back here, because when I pulled the motor out, one of my friends bent these lines. But I think they'll clean up good. The inside of them, they shouldn't be too bad. I'll just flush them out. Still got the original bracket that hooks up to the starter bolt. Another connector there that keeps the pipes together. Another bracket. So all is not lost. Always keep your old parts until the project is done. You never know, you might have to use them again. But the shop I got did a really good job on this radiator. Unfortunately, I had to send it all the way back to Wisconsin to get it done, because the shops around here just don't care or something, or it's too much work for them. But it's getting there. Just attention to detail. I painted the engine compartment. It's not bad. It's starting to look good. It's not long now before I start it up. The engine's already broken in, so I'm not worried about that. I know the engine runs, and it runs really good. But yeah, I got the correct wires. I'm not doing like a complete concours restoration. I just want to make it look clean. It's going to be a daily driver. But I like to have the stickers put back on it. I just want to make it look clean. It's not too far off from being that. I gotta order a few more parts. Gotta order those special wire clamps that go for the hoses. I'm probably gonna order there's these metal pipes that come out of the water pump for the heater. These are pretty corroded. I could reuse them, but I heard there's a company out there that's making those again, so I'll just order some new ones, just peace of mind. Plus there's a tool. These are slotted on the top. If I can get this hose off, but on the top of these are slotted. Looks like you put like a giant screwdriver in it. Well, there's a tool that goes over that, and you put it on your ratchet, and and then you could tighten down these pipes into the water pump. So I'm going to order that tool. Yeah, it's just a lot of little problem solving. I rebuilt these cars have a weird hinge system for the water pump, or I mean for the power steering pump. And a lot of guys, you know, permanently tighten these the wrong way, and there's a certain way to tighten them, but it's pretty neat how they work. They work on centrifugal force, so when the engine's turning, this will stretch out on its own and then tighten the belt. But I rebuilt this whole bracket, so now it doesn't wobble. I did my own little rebuild on it. Wasn't too hard, and it should work perfect. Yeah, I just got a few more things to do. That transmission cooler line, I got to put the wiring harness back in. That's a mess. And I got to adjust the kickdown linkage for the transmission, or at least get it within the ballpark so I can take this to the transmission shop and have them do it the rest of the way. But, yeah. 1966 Chrysler. It's a really big car. It's getting there though. It's a long road. It's a big project.